Right now at 6, a near record number of Wisconsin school districts have a referendum on the ballot. The flaws in the system leading schools to ask taxpayers for help.
And La Crosse County medical examiners released the autopsies for 2 men who were found dead in the water last February.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Amy DuPont.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. A near record number of Wisconsin schools can't afford the upgrades that they need, so they're asking taxpayers to help. La Crosse's proposal costs the most.
News 8 Now's Jordan Fremstad discovered a flaw in the state's school finance structure that rewards some schools and punishes others.
This is about community more so than it's about politics.
Need for change.
The answer needs to be no.
Comes with debate.
It's time to really come together and unify.
Everyone wants a slice of the pie.
You gotta quit telling us you appreciate us because it's starting to ring hollow.
But the cupboard remains bare.
We can't count on the state to provide the funding that we need.
Wisconsin taxpayers will vote on 81 school referendums November 8th for a 21-year high total of 167.
There was no new money.
Aging facilities and declining enrollment force school superintendents like Aaron Engel
We are not ruling out anything
to look at other options. Education costs money.
That's not free.
Troy Gunderson spent 25 years as a leader for the West Salem School District.
The other issue is growth.
He understands the pickle La Crosse is in right now.
You're going to have to do something or you're going to go bankrupt.
Wisconsin's Constitution establishes each student gets a chance at a quality education. Candidates in this year's election agree that's not happening.
You know, some of these rich ones down in the southeastern part of the state don't need that extra per student.
Our kids' education should have nothing to do with the tax base in their area.
The state has a funding formula, but it's pretty difficult to understand.
It's not an easy story to tell.
Brian Walters, Howard's Grove School District business manager, says the state changes the rules every 2 years.
We have no idea what we're going to get for revenue. And, what if it's zero?
Wisconsin caps schools on aid based on property values. The formula, Gunderson says, in theory works pretty well. Walters points out a substantial flaw.
It's not exactly accurate because there are very poor economic areas that have high property values for a lower number of students.
Take DeSoto and Cashton, for example. Same student population, but they are given different amounts of money based on the Riverview properties that drive up DeSoto's property values.
Madison's computer views DeSoto as rich and Cashton as poor.
Holmen and La Crosse, same story.
How different their financial world is.
Wisconsin sees Holmen as poor.
They don't match their student population, so they get more help from Madison or they would be taxed out of their home. They wouldn't be able to pay for it all.
Wisconsin sees La Crosse as rich with fewer students.
Madison's computer views DeSoto and La Crosse almost the same.
When you look at the school facilities, one is an obvious cut above the other.
They're running way fewer buildings. They're all new.
When schools want to exceed their revenue limit,
yes, so then we have to ask voters for permission to exceed.
Holmen School District Executive Director of Finance and Operations, Julie Holmen, is asking taxpayers for $650,000 for technology improvements and nearly $75 million for elementary school upgrades.
It is an investment.
She says crafting school budgets tests everything she knows about problem solving.
Often it's just enough to keep things operating.
According to Wisconsin Policy Forum, in 2002, Wisconsin ranked 11th in the nation in school spending. In 2020, the state dropped to 25th.
We've chosen lower taxes versus that higher service.
La Crosse is asking for more than any other district statewide, $195 million to combine Central and Logan high schools. In Superintendent Engel's words, his district's motive for this proposal focuses on efficiency.
Then we'll be able to balance our budget and invest in those programs, invest in our teachers.
Many people disagree with this option.
So that we can come up with a plan that better serves our entire community and doesn't disenfranchise half of our neighborhoods.
Should this referendum pass, La Crosse taxpayers will pay an estimated $8 more for every $100,000 in property value.
It'll feel about the same financially.
Gunderson says people look down on debt.
Debt's not always a bad thing.
However, if the economy has revealed one thing, costs are rising.
It's going to cost me way less to do it now than it is to wait.
The lack of school funding now rests on whether voters want to foot the bill. This is Jordan Fremstad, News 8 Now, La Crosse.
At least 6 western Wisconsin school districts are asking voters for money.
We have posted the complete list of the referendums on the November ballot at news8000.com.
Beautiful.
I think what Amy was trying to say, it was still a beautiful day, even though it was rather windy and we had increasing clouds. We had some sunshine to start, but cloudy now, but still highs well into the 60s, even some 70s to the south and east of La Crosse. A little cooler to the north and west, 65 in Eau Claire. Cloudy conditions right now, but still dry. In fact, very little showing up on radar to this point as the cold front is still well to our west. I'm expecting some scattered showers to develop later tonight, primarily after midnight, with the bulk of the more persistent rains not arriving until tomorrow morning. 68 still in La Crosse. In fact, still upper 60s to low 70s near and south and east of La Crosse. Again, a little cooler to the north and west. 60 for you folks in Eau Claire, 63 in Winona. So cloudy tonight, still rather breezy. Chance for some scattered showers, isolated thunder. Best chances well after midnight. Lows in La Crosse around 55 degrees. And then as that cold front comes through tomorrow morning, temperatures will remain steady or even gradually fall through the day with periods of rain in the forecast for tomorrow and Saturday. I'll detail that with my 8-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Bill.
Well, we now have a cause of death for the UW-La Crosse student found dead last winter in the Mississippi River.
According to a medical examiner report released today, 25-year-old Hamoud Fall had a high level of alcohol in his system at his time of death and drowned.
Fall disappeared last February. The fire department recovered his body from the river nearly a month later. According to the autopsy, there was no indication of foul play.
First responders recovered the body of 27-year-old Dayton Anderson Teese from the Black River. According to his autopsy, he also died of drowning and hypothermia, and he also had high levels of alcohol in his system at the time of his death. Firefighters launched a search for Anderson Teese last February after someone reported a set of footprints leading out to open water. According to the report, there was also no indication of foul play.
Wisconsin's gun deer season is just around the corner, and DNR officials are offering safety reminders before the hunt.
Conservation wardens say hunters must treat every gun like it's loaded and double check that it's clean and free of any mechanical wear. Plus, they need to dress to be visible to others.
Hunters must wear at least 50% of their outer clothing above the waist in color orange or fluorescent pink.
Now that rule also applies to headwear. The gun deer season starts November 19th, runs through the 27th. Wilson also asks that you make sure to get your permits worked out before heading out and follow no trespassing signs.
Still ahead, Black River Falls librarians are getting ready to celebrate a 150-year anniversary.
We will head to Jackson County to hear the story of the state's first ever public library.
Americans struggling to pay their bills, yet Mandela Barnes supports a tax increase on working families. How could he? Barnes also supported hiring an army of 87,000 new IRS agents unleashed on families just like yours. That's terrifying. Mandela Barnes, higher taxes and IRS audits for you, unpaid taxes for him. Remember that on Election Day. Wisconsin Truth Bank is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Stay warm and cozy this winter with La Crosse Fireplace Company and receive 26% federal tax credit. Wood stoves with a modern style like the Quadra-Fire or the classic look from Vermont Castings. La Crosse Fireplace Company has the stove to fit your style and needs. Purchase before the end of the year and receive a 26% federal tax credit on the entire package and installation. La Crosse Fireplace Company, because your place is by the fire.
We have a pretty big choice to make in this election, and it's about whether women get to keep their right to choose. I'm pro-choice. Always have been, always will be. Derek Van Orden wants to ban abortion, with no exceptions for rape, incest, or the life of the mother. He'll do anything to take away your right to choose. I'll do anything to protect it. That's the choice in this election. And now, it's up to you. I'm Brad Paff, and I approve this message.
Winter is almost here, which means it's time to get your home ready for anything the season will throw at you. Menards has everything you need to stay productive during the winter. Whether you're trying to keep up with the snow, save on energy, or warm up by the fire, trust the team that's dedicated to service and quality to help you make the most of your winter. Whether that's inside or out, right now get 11% off everything you need this winter.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm Steve Doyle. Public safety has always been my priority. I've been endorsed by the Wisconsin Professional Police Association, the state's largest law enforcement organization. These are the men and women who put their lives on the line every day to keep us safe. They've had our backs, and I've had theirs. I don't just talk about public safety. I have a record of supporting our officers, cracking down on dangerous criminals, and fighting to keep our community safe. That's why I'm the candidate of law enforcement.
This is a story of first downs and second chances.
I wanted to keep playing, but my feet hurt.
You'd think all those big league experts could have helped.
You have access to anything, but none of it worked.
His football career ended, but his plantar fasciitis pain didn't. Till he found the Good Feet store.
I got fitted for my arch supports. Let me tell you something. They work.
Now, he recommends Good Feet to
anybody. If you move, go to the Good Feet store.
So get moving. Come in for your free fitting.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
You might remember getting your first library card or maybe the first time you checked out a book.
Well, the Jackson County community has been doing that for 150 years.
News 8 Now's Dua Srar was at the Black River Falls Library where staff there are getting ready to celebrate.
Amy and Ken, 150 years ago, Wisconsin passed a law creating what's now known as public libraries. Black River Falls became the first community in the state to open one. Inside the walls of a library, stories come alive.
I just have so many good memories.
For the community of Black River Falls, the biggest story in the library is about the library.
That says it all.
In 1872, Wisconsin passed a bill stating libraries would be established by a body of government, be free, and financially supported by taxes.
As a result of that, Black River Falls was the first library that applied for that status,
creating the first public library in the state.
This public library is one of the #1 benefits of living in Jackson County.
Joan Zenz has been a member of the Black River Falls community for more than 40 years.
Probably used the library for almost all those years.
Over the years, the library grew.
I remember, first going and, they had the little kids section.
And in 1995, moved into its current building in downtown.
So now being able to help sponsor those as an adult and make sure those kinds of things still happen is just very exciting.
On Sunday, the library will celebrate its 150th year.
So there's just been progress ever since.
Historian Mary Woods says libraries are home to everyone.
Children's area and the adults, the teenage area books, the history room. I hope they come in here and they leave with what they want to find.
Woods believes libraries will always be a part of their community.
People like to look at a book, they want the feel of a book, and somebody said once, have you ever noticed how good a new book smells?
For 150 years and more. Sunday celebrations will include a history lesson, snacks, and of course, many books.
Thanks so much, Dua.
And that celebration is going to take place from 1 until 3 in the afternoon.
Pretty cool celebration for sure.
Up next, decorations. They are going up.
Oh man, crews in La Crosse and Onalaska already working on installing holiday cheer while it's still warm out.
I was in law enforcement for over 40 years, and I can't imagine a better attorney general than Josh Kaul. He's a real prosecutor who's locked up murderers, serial rapists, the really dangerous guys you want off the street, and kept them behind bars. And he'll work with anyone, Republican or Democrat, to get it done. Look, there's more we have to do, but the only one I'd want leading the fight against crime is our Attorney General, Josh Kaul.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. Why wait until Black Friday for big savings? At Wesco and Sparta, it's Black November. Get break-down the door savings on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and flooring. Save even more with coupon savings of $25 to $100. Buy one item, use one coupon. Buy 10 items, use 10 coupons. Wesco and Sparta, where white glove delivery and setup are always free. Tell them Peyton sent you.
Aren't you tired of the division, the anger? I know I sure am. Our country faces enormous challenges. I promise I'll do everything I can to help make things better, and I'll always tell you the truth. What continues to give me hope are the kind and decent people I meet all over Wisconsin. People who love America and are willing to work hard to unify and heal it. Please join us. I'm Ron Johnson, I approve this message, and I'm asking for your vote.
The Cooley region has been good to me and my family, and I wanted to give something back. That's why I ran for the state assembly. And I've tried to do good things in Madison for the people of western Wisconsin. Wisconsin is facing a lot of problems today, and we need people who understand how things work. Right now, Wisconsin has a $5 billion surplus. With that surplus, we need to cut taxes. We need to fix our roads, and we need to fund our schools, and we need to do that now.
Under Tony Evers and Joe Biden, it's been bad, but it's gonna get much worse because winter is coming. That's right. Reports are saying natural gas heating bills are going up by 28%. Inflation has already caused pain at the pump, grocery checkout, on rent. But this fall, there's still time to stop the winter pain by voting no on Tony Evers before he makes it even worse, if that's possible.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Well, with temperatures in the upper 60s these days, it doesn't feel like it, but winter and the holidays right around that corner.
Today, cities started putting up their holiday decorations, so now you'll find wreaths hanging from streetlights in Onalaska, and in La Crosse, snowflakes dangle from the downtown lights. If you're counting, Christmas is 52 days away. Time to do some shopping.
I guess so. I mean, I love Christmas season, but it feels a little early, doesn't it?
It does feel. I don't do the Christmas thing until after Thanksgiving, but I
Yeah,
know,
that's a good
Bill,
way to go.
hunting season right around the corner, and those folks, they really want snow.
Yeah, and cooler temperatures as well. And yeah, I always tell people if you like the warmer weather, enjoy days like we've had as of late while you can, because you know it's not going to last. Now, cloudy skies currently, even with the increasing clouds, temperature is still very, very mild today. 69 was the high, 58 the low. So that is still 17 degrees above average, 23 degrees above that average low of 35. 75 and 11 are the records for today. 68 degrees, cloudy skies out at the airport and downtown. South winds 10 to 20. It's been rather blustery today, and the pressure is falling rapidly. Same with Eau Claire, falling rapidly there as well. 60 degrees for you folks, so a little bit cooler to the north and west. Let's play Find the Cold Front. Should be pretty easy right about here. Temperatures in the 30s and 40s behind it. Temperatures ahead of it still in the 60s and 70s, including that 68 in La Crosse and Black River Falls, 69 in Sparta. Still some low 70s down to the south, and winds out of the south at 10 to 20 and gusting over 20, even 30 miles per hour in some spots. Now, cloudy skies right now, but radar pretty quiet, and eventually we will see some scattered showers develop in advance of that cold front, probably not arriving in most spots until late tonight into tomorrow morning. A couple areas of low pressure will ride along that front as well, and that's going to bring periods of rain through Saturday evening. So Sky Tracker showing just clouds tonight, some scattered showers. Things will be on the light side overnight tonight, and then tomorrow a better surge of moisture around mid-morning, and then periods of rain throughout the day, especially south and east of La Crosse. But notice how more moisture with that second low moves into the area overnight and into Saturday. Again, even some isolated thunder possible with this system. A lot of dynamics with the system. And look at this, cold enough that Sky Tracker says maybe some wet snowflakes mixed in parts of southeastern Minnesota and northeastern Iowa as things start to wrap up Saturday evening. Now, rainfall total still showing anywhere from a ½ inch to maybe an inch or two in many spots. The best chance for 2 inches plus looks to be south and east of La Crosse, but again, a good soaking rain could be in store for the region, which is much needed. Temperatures tomorrow. Only in the mid-50s for highs in the La Crosse area. And again, a lot of these numbers will be set in the morning and then gradually fall through the day as that cold front pushes through. Still some low 60s south and east, and then cooler to the north and west, because you'll see the cold front passage first. In fact, only upper 40s over parts of Fillmore County up into Buffalo County, Eau Claire and the Chippewa Valley. Highs only in the mid to upper 40s as well. So for tonight, cloudy and windy, chance of showers, maybe an isolated rumble of thunder. Lows around 50. 55. And look at the high tomorrow. Yeah, 55, because that cold front's going to cause temperatures to gradually fall with periods of rain through the day. And again, isolated thunder. More rain on Friday night and Saturday. 51 could be rather soggy for some of those prep football games Friday night. Daylight saving time comes to an end Sunday morning at 2 a.m. So set those clocks back 1 hour so you head to bed Saturday night. But Sunday and Monday looking dry and fairly seasonable. Chance for a few showers on Election Day. Not enough to not get out and vote, though. 57 for the high. Milder Wednesday and Thursday back in the 60s. And then another shot of colder air later next week back in the 40s for highs. And I was looking beyond that. And we may be in some chilly numbers for several days after next Friday. So again, enjoy the milder days while you can.
All right. Thanks a lot, Bill.
Okay.
Should have called in sick a couple times
I
this
know,
week,
he missed a
right?
chance.
Coming up next in sports, cruising the course.
One Holman man has found his passion thanks to a modern twist on a classic sport.
Whether it's windows or doors, siding or sunrooms, baths or kitchens, we've got you covered with our on-staff installers, plumbers, and electricians. Don't lose sleep trying to coordinate it all yourself. We're here to take the pain out of your next remodel. Call or visit today.
Wisconsin. Are we better off under Tony Evers? Our cost of living has skyrocketed. Evers has proposed painful tax increases and tried to raise the gas tax by 20%. Wisconsin is also less safe because Evers' parole board released hundreds of murderers and rapists early. Victims' families weren't even notified, and many of those criminals committed crimes again. Wisconsin, Tony Evers has failed. It's time for him to go.
We have a pretty big choice to make in this election, and it's about whether women get to keep their right to choose. I'm pro-choice. Always have been, always will be. Derek Van Orden wants to ban abortion, with no exceptions for rape, incest, or the life of the mother. He'll do anything to take away your right to choose. I'll do anything to protect it. That's the choice in this election. And now, it's up to you. I'm Brad Paff, and I approve this message.
His job was to serve and protect. Instead, reports say Dave Estenson assaulted and preyed on girls for years. One report of sexually assaulting a teenager. Multiple reports of Estenson trying to coerce girls into sexual favors to avoid citations. And Estenson wants to ban all abortions, forcing victims of rape and incest to carry their predator's child. Sexual predators belong behind bars, not in the state Senate.
Hi, I'm Dave Estenson. They told me taking on a big spending politician would be tough. But I used to ride bulls for a living, so I got this. I've also been a law enforcement officer, small business owner, and truck driver. Now, I'm running for state senate to back the badge, support small businesses, and fix our roads. So if the special interests think they can buck me from those principles, they'd be good to remember. This ain't my first rodeo.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
If you like to golf, but you sometimes feel like 18 holes just takes too long, a Holman man may have found a solution.
News 8 Now Sports Director Rob Schiff introduces us to the golfer who's sprinting to success on the links.
Playing 18 holes of golf is a relaxing day for most. It's a chance to catch up with some friends, have a few drinks, share some laughs. But for Luther Olson, it's golf, just faster.
I get back home and I just Googled golfing, running, and speedgolfusa.com came out.
And that's when it all clicked for Luther. 3 years ago, the Holman resident decided to combine two of his hobbies, golf and running.
I get to play golf and I get done in an hour rather than 4 hours, which is great for family. I have a 9 and 11-year-old, and time with them is very valuable. I can't spend 4 hours on the course multiple times a week.
It's not your old-fashioned gentleman's game. Instead, speed golf combines the player's score with the time it takes to finish the round.
If you take your mind out of it, you don't have to stand over a ball thinking about what could go wrong, and it's just a lot of fun.
Among his peers, Luther may not shoot the lowest score, but his unique style makes him one of the fastest.
Speed golf is about speed, so you want to carry the minimal amount of clubs. You can't have a full bag lugging that around. Most guys carry 4 to 5 clubs. I use 2 clubs. 150 on in is my pitching wedge, 150 on out is the fairway wood.
So with just 2 clubs, Luther gave it a shot and decided to compete against the best speed golfers in the world. And lo and behold, he won the first competition he entered.
And I thought, I wonder if I could play with those guys. Even though I'm not a golfer, I was like, could I do this?
The answer was a resounding yes. Luther has competed in a dozen tournaments all throughout the country since 2019, winning 2 of them and consistently finishing in the top 5. It's become somewhat of a full-time hobby for the 47-year-old, a hobby he doesn't plan on giving up anytime soon.
Running out here 5-6 times a week when I'm 80, that'd be awesome. I'm gonna be a lot slower, I'm gonna be hitting a lot less, but to be able to do this sport until that time and to be in shape, that's what it's all about.
20 seconds.
That is some awesome stuff right
yeah.
there. And Luther's gearing up for the World Championships down in St. Augustine, Florida.
Wow, that event less than 2 weeks away. Good luck to him.
Absolutely.
That's so cool.
And to balance the running aspect
Yeah.
with still a good golf game,
Yeah.
that's pretty darn hard to do.
I think the secret, though, is he doesn't think too hard.
Yeah.
You know, I think that plays a big role for him. Good job. Good luck. We'll be right back.
I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
All units, all units. Reports of an abortion at Central Hospital. Officers needed to detain doctor.
If Ron Johnson has his way, he wouldn't just ban abortions. Doctors could go to jail for it. And Johnson's tried for over a decade. He even co-sponsored a bill with no exceptions for rape, incest, or the life of the woman, and said if women don't like an abortion ban, they can just move. But it's Ron Johnson who doesn't belong in Wisconsin.
At Drury's in Fountain, we've been getting ready for the holidays. With furniture for your living room, dining room, and bedroom, we have many of our best-selling styles in stock. Upholstery and leather from Stressless, Flexsteel, La-Z-Boy, and Smith Brothers. Dining rooms by Canal Dover, Amisco, and Canadell. And bedrooms from IFD and Daniels Amish. Our favorite brands, available for immediate delivery. Best of all, it's all on sale now. Quantities are limited, so hurry into Drury's in Fountain for the best selection.
Career politician Steve Doyle loves touting his record. Let's review it. When La Crosse County residents needed tax relief, Doyle voted no. When La Crosse County needed road repair funding, Doyle voted no. When La Crosse County parents wanted more support for schools and input on their kids' education, Doyle voted no. When La Crosse County needed violent criminals locked up, Doyle voted no. Steve Doyle's real record? Rising costs, rising crime, abandoning us when we needed him most.
As governor, I'll always try to do the right thing. I've worked with both parties to find middle ground to improve and invest in our public schools, cut income taxes, and put our state on solid financial footing. But here's what I won't do. I won't cut public school funding. I won't stop trying to find good ideas from both parties. And I'll never allow radical politicians to make decisions about abortion. That should be left to women and their doctors. I'm Tony Evers, and I'm asking for your vote.
Chance of scattered showers overnight, still mild for most of the night as well. And then periods of rain tomorrow and Saturday, turning cooler as well.
All right, thanks, Bill.
Appreciate your time. We'll see you at 10.